What's going on, guys? My name is Freddie Finance. I'm a licensed financial advisor. I hold a Series 7, Series 66 Securities Industries Essentials, and my life and health insurance license. So I'm going to dive in onto these 6 steps, and they are very actionable and applicable to where you can start utilizing them today. First thing you need to do is get an idea of your cash flow. If you're making $60,000 a year, you won't be getting $5,000 a month deposited into your bank account. Remember, we have taxes and retirement contributions and possibly even insurance that's going to be taken away from your paycheck before you even see it. So these are your inflows, but we can't forget about the expenses, which are the outflows. So this is the most neglected aspect of personal finance, and I recommend downloading a personal budgeting app like Mint, which allows you to connect all of your accounts and keep track of all financial activity. It's very simple, and as long as you're bringing in more than you're spending, you're going to be more likely to stay out of debt and build wealth. The second thing you need to do is take action on your student loans. If you have student loans, you aren't doing yourself any favors by waiting to see if your lender notices that you graduated, because they definitely are. Some loans have what's called a grace period, which is typically a 6-month gap after you finish your education. But the thing about grace periods is that the interest continues to accumulate. So if you start making payments immediately, this will ultimately save you money down the line. I recommend setting aside a certain amount of your paycheck per month so you can start chipping away at this student debt little by little. Do not let this snowball. The third thing you need to do is set up a budget. This is so important. A budget is just a plan for how you're going to spend your money. And there's nothing worse than realizing that $300 evaporated into bar tabs. So since you already have an idea of what your cash flow is, setting up a budget is actually very simple. I even made it more simple for you by adding the exact budget I use in the description. So download it after this video and start implementing your numbers into it. And since I was so kind enough to give you guys my personal budget for free, please throw me a like and throw me a subscribe for that. After you get your budget set up, the fourth thing you need to do is set up an emergency fund. Nobody plans for some of the hiccups that life brings us, and preparation is best done when you start early. You can start building an emergency fund with your first paycheck. So set aside as much as you can per paycheck to eventually build up 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses in case an accident strikes. This could be unemployment, a medical emergency, or a needed car repair. And the funds should be easily accessible and kept in a high yield savings account or money market account. I recommend a high yield savings account so you can earn more than the 0.01% that banks are offering these days. After you have the emergency fund starting to be set up, now the fun begins. Number 5, start funding a retirement account and set up auto invest. Too many people put off investing and fail to take advantage of the 8th wonder of the world, which is compound interest. Retirement accounts offer tax-deferred benefits, and non-Roth retirement accounts can lower your taxable income. This is a win-win. If your employer offers a 401k and offers a match with it, make sure to be contributing at least up to the match. Declining to take advantage of this is literally giving up on free money. Aside from employer-provided 401ks, you can contribute to a personal retirement account, which is known as the IRA or Roth IRA. But if you can afford to put money into both, then you're just setting yourself up for an early retirement. Once you start auto-depositing a little bit of money into your retirement account and hopefully increasing it as your pay increases, you're going to retire sooner than later. And the 6th and final step is to figure out your financial goals for the next few years. Right now, your paycheck might just cover your rent and brunch, but what about 5 years from now, or even 10? You don't need to know exactly where you'll be or what you'll be doing, but thinking about some of life's biggest and most expensive milestones now gives you a lot more time to start turning that goal or dream into a reality. Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to have a wedding, have a kid, take a trip to Italy? Well, having these goals outlined makes them much less intimidating when it comes time to get them done. that concludes today's video, and I want to end it by talking about the 6 P's. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. If you start taking action today and thinking about your future, your finances are going to be much less stressful for you, and you'll be able to live a much more abundant life. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section, and if you have no idea where to start, be on the lookout for the Finance and Fitness Digital Bootcamp that I am coming out with my personal trainer to give you guys the foundations of finance and fitness to be able to take action and make decisions confidently. So, hope this helps, and I'll catch you guys next time.